That is really cool, fun hair. All right. Hi, everybody. We are going to do a new recipe that I have never ever tried, but I thought it sounded fun and it was really pretty and it's healthy. A healthier, I guess, paleo, whatever. It doesn't have any carbs. Well, no, it has carbs. I don't know how that works. Anyways, it's a pretty simple looking meal, so I thought we could try it together. Our ingredients, we have a pound of cubed chicken, and this actually might be more of a pound. I only got one chicken breast out that I had gotten from Zycon. You saw me do the canning thing. Well, I always freeze some of the chicken for things like this, and this is one chicken breast cubed. Look at all that. That's a ton. We're going to also use some garlic, one medium-sized sweet potato, between a half a pound to a pound of asparagus, fresh asparagus, olive oil, chicken bouillon or chicken broth really, salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes. So let's get you hooked up. Actually, I gotta put you down for just a second because I have chicken stuff on my hands and I gotta wash it really quick. So I'm just gonna lean you somewhere else for just a moment. Sorry. All right. There we go. And then I can plug you in over here. Is this the way we want? Yeah, we want to face this way. All right, so what our first thing, and we're going to use our cast iron skillet. I'm hoping my cast iron skillet is going to be big enough for this, but what we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken and we're going to put it in a bowl, and then we're going to add some salt and pepper to it. And then we're going to kind of like mix it up, get some good seasoning. Okay, and this would be to taste. So if you're not a huge pepper fan, don't do as much pepper. If you're not a huge salt fan or watching your sodium, then don't put in much salt. I think I'm going to go for just a little bit more than half a teaspoon of salt, I think. Okay, and then we get a spoon to mix it up. All right, that's simple. And then we're going to get 3 cloves of garlic. And we're going to go ahead. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And we're going to mince those up pretty fine. While I'm getting my garlic going, I think what I'm going to do is turn on my pan. We're just going to put in a tablespoon of olive oil, and then we're going to put our pan on to medium temperature. I never can eyeball my olive oil. So, okay. So while that's heating up, we'll just go ahead and get our garlic prepped. Hi, honey. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just smash my garlic with the flat of my knife. Oh, hi, people. Hey, Jen. Hey, Rachel. So we're getting our garlic ready. You can mince it with you can use one of those garlic press, or you could just mince it with a knife. It's your choice. But I think this is just as fast and it's easier to clean. So it is so pretty today, and this meal kind of reminds me of the colors of spring. So I thought it would be fun to have today. All right, so let's see if our oil is feeling pretty warm. So I'm going to add our garlic to it ahead of our chicken. we want, I think we'll use this one today. Doesn't that sound pretty? Okay, I'm just going to let my garlic heat up a little bit in my olive oil so it can kind of flavor my pan before I add my chicken. I'm going to turn it up just a smidge more. That smells really good. I love the smell of garlic. It smells delicious. Let's put our peelings over here for the compost pile. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to cook our chicken. Now I cubed it pretty small because I want it to cook up pretty fast. So we're going to, it says in the recipe to cook it for 7 to 10 minutes. And I'm hoping that it will be all the way thoroughly cooked at that time. Okay, I'm going to add our chicken to our yummy garlic pan. And I'm just going to kind of spread it out so that everything can be touching the pan so it can kind of start cooking. I was just a little afraid that my pan might be a little too small. I need the next size up, I think, for this to cook quickly. But we'll see how it goes. I've been trying to cook a little bit more with my cast iron pan, just like for practice, and it's supposed to give like good flavor to things and actually give you a little bit of iron in your diet. I don't know if that's really true, but that's what I've read. Okay, so I just kind of flattened that out. We're going to let that sit while we prep our other veggies. So we need a medium-sized sweet potato, and with this sweet potato we want to peel it and we want to dice it. So I'm just going to give it a really quick peel. How appealing. Hey Jenny! So I'm going to peel it up and then we're going to dice it, and again I want to kind of dice it small so that it can, you know, potatoes take a little while to cook. So we want this puppy to cook up pretty fast. So if we dice it smaller, it's going to cook faster. But first you have to throw it around on the counter. Very important step. Just going to get a good hold on it. Alright, so when I was looking at a picture of this, because I did find this, I found this on Pinterest. When I was looking at a picture of it, it was just so pretty with the bright green of the asparagus and the orangey color of the sweet potato. And to me, that's kind of like some spring kind of colors. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I am, well, you know that I'm a little bit crazy, but for certain meals, like for our our holiday meals, like Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I cook foods that go with the holiday colors. Yep, I said colors. So at Christmas, we pretty much have red, green, and white on our table. And for Thanksgiving, we have fall colors. For Easter, we have spring colors, because I'm just quirky. I like to say quirky, not crazy, just quirky. So what I'm going to do for our sweet potato is I'm going to cut it in half. And use some muscle. And not cut the fingers, because cutting the fingers would be bad. And then I think I'm going to try to go into 3 to 4 different slices, I guess you would say. So again, I'm trying to make it pretty thin so that it will cook up pretty quick. And then I'm going to go down and dice it. But first, let's give our chicken a little stir. Sorry about the ugly noise of the metal on the cast iron. I know it's not very pretty. Smells good. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and come down here and dice these up in a non-uniform. I cannot cut evenly. It's like one of my kryptonite kind of things. I just can't do it. So I'm trying my best, but we're going to pretend that we're cutting evenly in our nice little uniform cubes. I mean, it's pretty good. It's not perfect. But if yours isn't perfect, I'm not going to tell anybody, so it's okay. Ooh, goodness gracious, that was a hard one. right, almost there. We almost got it cut. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna go down the line again, dice it up nice and small. This I also thought was a really easy meal because it didn't have a lot of ingredients. And asparagus goes on sale a lot during the spring, so it's a really good, this is good timing for this kind of meal. Our chicken's getting there. I lost a piece of chicken. It escaped. Throw it back in. So they say with cast iron that it cooks your food more evenly. You don't get hot spots here or there. And I don't know if you guys are big cast iron cookers. I now have 2 Dutch ovens, so I'm really excited about that. So when we go camping, I can't decide what we're going to have, but I want to cook something fun. I'm not sure what it is yet, but I want to cook something fun. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for a little bit longer. All right, so we also are going to prepare, I'm going to grab some water for our chicken bouillon, and I would like to also prepare our asparagus. Okay, so I don't know how you guys do your asparagus, but for me, I like to take it, oops, the rubber band got stuck. Okay, I think this is a pound, but I like to take it and I just go ahead and whoop, totally lost that one. That was sad. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, so you take your asparagus and you bend it, and wherever it snaps, that's the part that you discard. This is the part that you keep. So I'm just going to go ahead and snap my asparagus, and we're going to chop it into smaller pieces in just a second, but we'll snap it first. And all this will go into the compost pile. I've been tempted to save these parts, the end parts. My lighting is really terrible tonight. To save these parts and make like a cream of asparagus soup. One time when I was with my friends, they were looking for a venue for their wedding, and we were in San Francisco, I believe. And we got to try some of the place's food. Like they let us try a little menu, sample menu. It was the best cream of asparagus soup I've ever had. It was so good. I probably would go back and order it again, and it wouldn't taste as good as my memory, because my memory is like, that was the most amazing thing ever. But it was so good. So I've been tempted to save the ends of my asparagus one time and cook them down and blend them and maybe be bad and use cream, not my skim milk, and try to make a really yummy cream of asparagus soup. That's something I should do before it's too late in the year and I won't want soup anymore. Okay, our chicken is almost done. It's made a lot of nice juices. And when it's done, we're going to go ahead and put it on a plate and put it to the side until we're ready for it again. But I think it would have been done by now if I just had a bigger skillet. Oh well. What are you going to do? I don't own a bigger skillet, so I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. Alright, so this recipe calls for a half a pound asparagus, but I'm going to put all the asparagus in because I just don't feel like steaming any of the other bit of it. Kroger's had a really good sale. They had 99 cents a pound asparagus. So I was like, ooh, we got to jump on that. All right. There is all of our, as my mom says, asparagus. Let me get a plate out for our chicken. It's just cooking down and its juices. Make sure all my pieces are cooked. It really grosses me out when it's undercooked chicken. That is just, that's disgusting. Yes, I just made that noise on camera. Let's see. That chicken still needs a little bit more time. So once we take our chicken out, we're going to add a half a cup of chicken bouillon, or I mean chicken broth, but if you don't have chicken broth, you can always use chicken bouillon, or I use my Thrive chicken bouillon. It's a loose instead of like a square. And my rule of thumb is I usually use 1 teaspoon for every cup of water or every cup of liquid that I'm going to use. Okay, let's just see. I always like to cut into the chicken and make sure that it's all the way white. I also like to take a lot of the fat off. I don't like when there's like little fatty pieces. I think that's gross. But this was one big chicken breast. I'm pretty sure there's more than a pound of chicken here. That's a lot. So this meal doesn't have like a noodle or like a rice or a pasta. A noodle and pasta, that's the same thing. Stacey, good job. It's just the potato and the asparagus and the chicken. So I guess if you wanted to add an extra starch, you could, or if you're looking for something a bit lighter, you could do it just with this. Put it in a bowl, serve it up in a bowl. Alright. So this has a lot of juices, and I don't want the juices to go all over my plate, so I'm just going to put a paper towel down. And we're going to go ahead and start taking the chicken out and spill it on the stove top. Very important step. Okay. And the chicken broth that it's kind of made by cooking in here, I'm going to leave that. Am I going to leave that in there? What do we think, guys? Do we think it's contaminated? I think I might take it out, actually. I was going to leave it in there, but it would have to cook it on its own for like 10 minutes to make sure that there was no extra yucky stuff in it to make us sick. So I think I will be taking that out of the skillet. Alright. So, what do we want to put that in? We want to put it in something. Oh, my battery's running low. Hold on, we gotta pause while I charges up. There we go. There we go. Close. There. Okay. So, we're gonna grab the skillet, not burn the hand, and pour this liquid into another container. But I'm going to leave the little bits and pieces on the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and put in our chicken broth, or for me it's my water and chicken bouillon. We're only doing a half a cup, so I'm doing a half a cup of water and a half a teaspoon of chicken bouillon, if I can find the right container. And then we're going to add our potatoes. Get this in there. Sorry, just wanted to stir up my chicken bouillon a little bit. So we're going to add our potatoes and we're going to cook them for 7 to 10 minutes until they're kind of fork tender. And hopefully I've cut them small enough that they will cook up nicely and quickly and not take forever. There's some pieces that probably could be a little bit smaller. But we're just going to go with it and hope that it works. In the world of cooking, on the Pinterest, it looks like it cooks really fast. So this recipe makes me nervous because I've never done it before, and I'm showing you guys. I'm like, what if it doesn't go as fast as I think it should? So, okay. So let's go ahead, and we're going to put 10 minutes on the timer and see what happens. Okay, so while that is cooking, we are going to go ahead and get our asparagus ready. And for our asparagus... Hey, Amy. Hey, Jen Ferguson. For our asparagus, what we're going to do is I'm just going to line them up a little bit. And we're going to cut them into 1 to 2 inch pieces on the diagonal. So that one might be a little bit bigger. Don't judge me if I can't measure properly. But And you, when you go to make this, cut it on a diagonal, 1 to 2 inches long. No, we're just gonna put this aside because the asparagus will cook up really fast, but the sweet potatoes, because it's potatoes, gonna take a little bit longer. So, so just go ahead and put these to the side until our potatoes are cooked for a good amount of time. Hey, baby. So I'm just doing about 4 at a time. You can do as many as you want. That just seems manageable to me. Seems manageable to me. Keep trying to drop stuff on the floor and then I have to throw it away and it makes me really sad. My asparagus just rolled off. It was an escapee asparagus. Ah! Alright, and then after we add our asparagus, we're only going to cook it for just a couple more minutes, about 3 more minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, so our asparagus can kind of get soft, and then we'll add some spices, and that's it. We'll add our chicken back in too, but that's it. Super, super simple, really going to be beautiful, hopefully really tasty as well. We have actually something that we're going to do tonight, so this is this was my backup dinner, and then in case my family doesn't like this, we're going to go eat dinner somewhere else. To really be honest. That's, I know, kind of a little crazy, but that's just the way our life is working out today. And I really wanted to use my asparagus before my asparagus went bad. That's the sad thing about fresh asparagus, is that it only lasts so long in the fridge before it starts to get that wilty sliminess, and I don't like the wilty sliminess, so... But I love asparagus. I love it like chilled. I love it grilled. I love it roasted. I think it's really good. I like just barely steaming it and then chilling it and eating it the next day with like a little mayonnaise dip. I think that's really delicious. Lots of things you can do with asparagus. Alright, last of the asparagus going to be sliced up. We're just going to wait for our potatoes. Give it a stir. Oh good, they're already softening. Good, good. Yeah. That makes me happy. When they're cut like this, they kind of remind me of carrots. I guess you could put carrots in here if you didn't like sweet potatoes, or maybe you could do a white potato. I don't know if it would be as healthy. Or red potato. Red potato would be really good with skins on. That would be really spring looking. And cut them up pretty small. Compost pile. So, what are you guys doing for dinner tonight? See if I can get in the right lighting. Woo, I need to figure this out better. I'm really supposed to be having spaghetti tonight with the activity day girls, and that is what I plan to eat. So I guess that will be my second dinner. Is that like second breakfast? Second dinner? Sorry about the lighting, it's terrible. But there we go. We have... I don't have as much to say about this one, guys. Sorry. Usually I'm all chatty the whole time. I was trying to decide what is the thing, which menu or which recipe I wanted to cook with you, where I could tell you ahead of time and we can cook together. I was looking over my menu today, trying to decide what it should be. But I haven't decided yet. Still working on that. I don't know why, but this is very comforting to me. So for those that use cast iron, right after dinner's I've eaten dinner and my kids are doing the dishes, that's usually when I clean my cast iron. It's still warm, but it's not too hot to the touch. And it's really not that bad to clean. You just, you use, there's a special little tool that you can use, and you use warm water, and you clean it out that way. And then you put it on the burner, turn your burner on high, and put it on the burner so it evaporates. It evaporates. That sounds good, huh? It evaporates all the liquid that's on there, and then you just use a paper towel and put a layer of oil on it, and leave it on the burner so that the oil gets, you know, all seeped into its pores. And then I flip it over and I do the oil on the outer edge too. And so it's really simple to clean. I don't quite allow my kids to clean it yet because I want to make sure it's getting cleaned properly. But it's not too hard at all. That piece is hard. I haven't cooked very much over an open fire with a skillet though. I think that would be a lot different just because you know, regulating the temperature and getting things to go. But I like it because things don't really stick in here. You don't have to put a lot of grease or anything. It's pretty nice. And we've cooked a couple breakfast items in here. I made a breakfast pizza. And it's nice because I can cook on my stove top and then I can put it in the oven right after when it needs to go in there for a little bit. I'm just going through now and cutting up some, now that the potatoes are softer, just cutting them up, the big ones that I didn't quite get small enough so that they can cook evenly. And all my chicken broth is evaporating. It's conjugating down here. I guess we slope a little bit. I said conjugating. I meant to say congregating. That doesn't even sound right either. Oh my goodness. I'm sure you guys are laughing at me. Conjugating. It's doing some English right down here. Okay, I'm going to get a fork and see how tender we are because I have about 3 more minutes on the timer. That's a bigger one. This is a smaller one. Let's see. Without burning my tongue, let's see if it's ready. I kind of like it because it has like still a little bit of a bite, but it has the starch of the potato. And it just has like an aftertaste of sweet potato. It's not like, whoa, sweet potato, you know? Kind of good. It's really good. I like cooking it with the chicken broth. Alright, I think that I'm going to throw in my asparagus now. So, let's see if I'm missing any steps. Add asparagus. Give it a good stir. We have hardly any liquid left in here. See how it does. You're going to see when you go to cook the asparagus, it's going to really green up really pretty and get bright green. Okay. Again, I put in the whole pound. It only calls for half a pound, but I really like asparagus. So I put it all in there. And again, we have just slightly too small of a pan. So don't make those mistakes when you go to do it. I'm going to put a little bit more liquid in because I'm afraid it's going to stick to I want it to kind of steam it. Now the spices that we're only adding just a few spices when this is done. We're just We're just gonna add some salt and pepper and some chili flakes, red chili pepper flakes. I don't do super spicy. I really would love to do super spicy, but my mouth can't handle it. So the original recipe called for a half a teaspoon of chili pepper flakes, and I'm going to put in 1/8 of a teaspoon. But if you like spicy, go for the full half teaspoon. If you don't like spicy, just like put a pinch of 2 in there and see if that's okay with you. You know, just try and see what you like, but do what your family likes so that they'll eat it. There we go. Stir it up some more. I'm just stirring it a lot because I don't want my asparagus on the bottom to get really cooked and then my asparagus on the bottom not to get cooked at all. But isn't it so pretty? Oh, I just love the color. I don't know why, but I wonder what it would taste like if you, instead of doing the red chili pepper flakes, if you did like a little bit of curry, or if you added like raisins that you've kind of reconstituted so they're plump. So it gives you like that sweet factor. That could be interesting. Like a Mediterranean dish. Put that away. Put this away. Put this up. Kind of like, I'm one of those cooks that likes to kind of like shove things in the sink as I go so that when dinner's done it's not still all this stuff that's still out waiting to be taken care of. Oh, thanks, Jen. I like my shirt too. But it gathers at the bottom, and sometimes like when I raise my arms I feel like it gets, you know, stuck on my belt. But I do like it. Thank you for the compliment. Alright. We've got our compost pile ready. I really want to get one of those little crocks that has a lid that sits on your counter that you can put all your composting stuff in. I really want one of those so I can put, instead of continue to put stuff in like plastic baggies that I don't recycle. Bad me. We don't use it over and over again. Okay, just a second. I'm going to try one of our asparagus to make sure I feel like they're cooked enough. I think it's going to need more time, but a feeling of them, Right, we need 2 more minutes. And then we'll add our chicken and while we cook this 2 minutes, I'm going to add my spices right now. So it can be working its magic in there. So it calls for a half a teaspoon of salt, and it really actually calls for sea salt, fine sea salt, but I'm out of that. I only have coarse sea salt right now, so I'm just going to put regular salt. And then it also says a half teaspoon of cracked pepper, but I don't have cracked pepper, so I'm going to put in the pepper I have. Because that's how I roll. So we're going to put that in there, and then we're going to put our just a little bit of pepper flakes so it's not too spicy. There we go. Give that a good stir. I can smell this pepper flake. This just went up a notch. Okay, I want to try this asparagus. That's super yummy. Okay. I think I'm going to add my chicken back in right now. There we go. Chicken. Then mix this all up so all the spices get coated nicely. Then dinner's going to be done. I keep spilling it out of my small pan. Okay. I'm still on that, but I'm not done. Alright, so I guess we can plate her up. Let me show you in this skillet because it's just so pretty. This is what we're having. Sweet potatoes and asparagus and chicken. And I'm just gonna put it in a bowl. Aren't my bowls so pretty? My mother-in-law gave me that dish set. So just take a good spoonful, lots of protein in there. Turn off my thingamabob. That is it. And dinner is done. Thank you for everybody that stopped by, and I'll let you know if I thought this was delicious or not. But, and I will try to post the recipe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.